Steve Cohen told Joel Sherman of the New York Post this weekend, when things get really bad, I'm not going to blow up. I don't think that's the proper response. I don't think it solves anything other than it gives people a one-day story. There's plenty of blame to go around from a performance point of view, so blowing up, I'm not sure it solves anything. So, if there are no changes, which player, Dani, or area do you think will improve to get this thing turned around for this Mets club?
Can I also say I really like that Steve Cohen said that, because you do want a leader who is going to be level-headed, who's going to be calm about the situation. And if he was freaking out, then everybody else would start freaking out. So I appreciated that he said that.
Let the fans be irrational.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do. We're irrational. The owner, the guys who make the decisions, you want them to be logical.
Yes, I really appreciated that he did that. Let's leave it to Sal Licata to freak out a little bit.
I don't like blowing up either.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Jeff McNeil. That's my guy. This is a guy who won the batting title. This is a dude, if you look at the numbers, he's actually walking more this year. He's striking out less. He's not putting the ball in play enough. That is his sweet spot. That is what Jeff McNeil does really, really well. We know the potential. What he did last year was fantastic. I don't need him to repeat it, but the ball's got to be put in play more, and it's got to be put in play when there are runners on base to bring them home. And I'll say this, too. I understand he hasn't been with the team as long as maybe some of the other veteran guys. He can be a leader. He can be a voice. He can step up. I want to see some fire and some passion from that guy, not just be there and show up and do your job. Show me some fire and some passion that you want to turn things around.
Yeah, for me, we talked about it a little bit. It's the fact that the bullpen has blown a lot of leads. So for me, a guy that could turn this around, it has to be Drew Smith. Robertson has pitched great. He got beat in Atlanta. Ottavino's kind of been up and down, but I think he's going to see the way. But I think Drew Smith, and we've been talking about it for a year plus now, can elevate his game. He's got the stuff that plays big. He could be a setup guy for a long time. He could turn into a career that's a lot like David Robertson's career if he can put it together consistently. And I think that if they put the bullpen together, they win all three of those games in Atlanta. The one that they lost in Pittsburgh, the first one that set up that meeting where they were sloppy and they beat themselves, that's different. But the bullpen blowing leads could stop, and Drew Smith could be that guy to help get to the back end with Robertson.
Hey guys, this is the state the Mets are in right now. Dani, Jerry, and I could pick three different aspects of this team and make a very good case that all three really need to improve. I'm going to go with the starting pitching, specifically Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer. You know, they haven't been there. I think combined their ERA is 4.19. Verlander in particular started off the season obviously hurt, hasn't had the innings, but then also hasn't been super productive. He has an ERA over 4 himself. You can point to age, but this guy has a brand new arm. So his arm isn't 41 years old. He's got to find a way to compete and to get it together. This Mets team cannot have Kodai Senga leading the staff in innings pitched. This is his first season in a 5-man rotation. Something has got to change.
Yeah, and Verlander knows it himself. I mean, they got to get it turned around. For me, there are 3 big culprits here, and it's the 3 highest paid guys, Verlander, Scherzer, and Lindor. If they don't perform close to their standards, the Mets are done. Nothing else matters, so they need to rely on their superstars to get the job done. Neither of those 3 have done it so far this year.